So May 10th is approaching, and it's the a death anniversary of Rafael MiG-21s and Mirage 2000s and Su-30s and whatever you name it, what Pakistan claims. So it's their first death anniversary. So happy death anniversary. So my video is not going to be about bringing the proofs of how Pakistan commenced 8-0, or how India now claimed after 1 year 13-0. Come on, guys. If you want to go bigger, let's go for a bigger number. Make it 100. 13-0. So what I'm going to talk about the objectives of a war, and then the goals achieved and the tasks completed during a war. A war is never won or lost. In pro-1945 world, which is the Second World War, the later world, because the United Nations have set a few rules on that two countries, they cannot attack each other, one. And even if they do, they have to be backed by other countries, two. Three, you have to declare a war, and then you can enter into some countries' spaces, and you have to have a proper reason for that. And no country can capture another country. So since 1945, we do not have any other examples apart from Palestine, captured by Israel, and that's it. There's no second example of them. Kashmir, if you could say, Indian-occupied Kashmir, princely state, was captured by India. That could be the second example, but none other examples exist. Like Iraq-Kuwait War, Gulf War I. You could see what happened. The United States of America stayed in Vietnam for about 21 years. What happened? In Afghanistan, 18 years. What happened? So there's no way that a country can occupy another country's land now for a very long time. So just put that one on one side. So what are the war objectives then? So we need to talk about that for this Operation Sindoor, or Maarka in terms of Pakistan, Bunan Mursus on May 10th, and Maarka overall from May 7th till May 10th, 2025. If you want to see the visual proofs, there's a guy, Defense Post, on YouTube channel, and he is a Pakistani guy, and he showed all the 8 aircrafts, how they went down, and what are the proofs from the local Indian media, not from Pakistani side. So if you shoot an airplane down, there are a few certain checks that you have to follow, and then you can claim that you have downed something. Number one, you should have your own radar blip, or whatever you call it, screen data recorded on your aircraft that has shot down another one, or the defense system you use. Why not release those videos? Yeah, that would be the first proof, which our Mr. Air Vice Marshal Aurangzeb already did, showed all the blips. Second thing, that the opponent, the other country, has to confirm that. Like in our case, Bulari Air Base, what happened there? 6 of our men, they got martyrdom, and Pakistan admitted that, because we honor our heroes and we gave them the state funeral, and our military leadership was present in those funerals, and we honor them, and that's why people join forces in Pakistan, that they want to embrace martyrdom, and they embrace that. So we are proud of them and we honor them. But in India, Shivangi Singh is still missing, and yet many people come in my comments and talk about that thing. And I just ask them one question: where is she? Send me one video link where you can see her after. And she was not an ordinary woman. She was a star. What you call a public face of Indian Air Force. She used to appear on TVs, and she was on documentaries, first female pilot, and blah, blah, blah. Why has she disappeared? I don't know. We don't have it. Pakistani leadership already claimed that we don't have her.
So that Pakistan has Indian pilot in the custody. So do we have Indian pilot in our custody? And if we have, are we going to return her or him?
So I can confirm you very clearly, we don't have any pilot in custody. This is all social media chatter. This is all part of the multiple source of fake news and propaganda that has been generated from multiple sources.
So you ask your government where she is, and not the fake AI photo with the president, which in a live show, the whole thing was shown, and nowhere Shivangi walked up to those steps. Nowhere. That's a 2.5 hour long video, and I've seen from minute 0 till minute 2 hour and 51 seconds. Everything. Nope. You cannot bring Shivangi back. Period. So that's the second thing. Third thing, the international media, what do they say about that? The neutral, those think tanks, those who observe these things very closely. That's number 3. Number 4, the wreckage on the ground. So you can skip 2 and you can skip 3, but if you have 1, which is your own radar movies or films which you have recorded, in number 4, the wreckage on the ground. This is modern world. Everyone has phones, and if an aircraft dies or it gets crashed, people want to be TikTokers. They want to be famous, and this goes viral. But India, 13-0 has provided these many videos, not the fingers, the circle, 0. And seeing is believing. So if you can't show it, then I would suggest you to do 130 aircraft, not 13. 13 is too little number. Go ahead. Your Air Force is like 10 times bigger than Pakistan Air Force. So why are you belittling yourself? 13? Oh, make it 100. Okay, or as many numbers Pakistan Air Force has, because according to you guys, our forces, our air bases have been destroyed completely. So we shouldn't have been flying any aircrafts. All these people landing on the Noor Khan Air Base. But by the way, let me tell you a joke. It's a real joke, real-time joke. Back happened in the 1965 war, and Pathankot was the base. So Pakistan Air Force was assigned to destroy that airport, that runway. So the officer, he stated that in the morning they go bomb the runway, afternoon they come back, and once the reconnaissance missions, once they go and they take the pictures, so by the afternoon the runway used to be repaired, because this is what every country's forces do. A runway is recovered within an hour. I've given my own example of once with the K-8 aircraft, we got the emergency and the wheel was out, and the pilots, they made a whole kind of sewage line on the runway, and by the noon it was functional, fully functional, because the material they use, the way they use, is very quick. So second day, the second mission was signed. In the morning, they went, dropped the bombs, took the pictures, runway destroyed, came back. Reconnaissance mission was sent later on, like 2 hours, 3 hours later, and then they checked and said, oh, runway's repaired again. So it took them 3 or 4 sorties. Eventually, you know what they did? They wrote on paper, literally, to the whoever is in charge of the runway. He said, we also want to stop damaging your runway. So can you just wait for like 3 or 4 hours to repair it, so that the reconnaissance mission can come and confirm that we have damaged the runway? Literally. And they threw those flyers from the nose gear of they put those paper in the nose gear, and once they got the gears down, and when the nose gear was deployed, all these flyers flying, and that's reported by the Indian media too. So Indians, come on, unbox, stop it, man. So what I was saying, that if you want to see the videos how this has happened, so Sir Khalid Chishti, Air Commodore Khalid Chishti retired, he in Urdu on his channel has beautifully explained everything, because he's the man who has been allowed to be in the conference room when this whole thing was happening. So he's the man. Whatever he's saying, I'm telling you, he's not lying. He's not telling a lie. He is concealing maybe 90% of the information which he has. He's only shown 10% of information. And you can watch what that 10% mean and imagine the other 90%. And his son has made the same video in English. You can follow that one. And the guy I told you, the Defense Post, he has given all these 7 aircrafts digital signatures on social media. Yeah, this is the world of social media. So beat it. And videos are all from your own area, India. So, and while you could not even produce a single video from Pakistan. Well, not that Pakistanis don't want to be TikTokers, because the event didn't happen. There were no crashes. The bases, those were attacked. The first Pakistanis were the ones who sent the videos, like Noor Khan base is right next to my house where I live in Pakistan. And when that was attacked, I got the video in 15 minutes. Which is now circulated all over the internet. We got it. And we said, yes, it was attacked. So what? It's a war. Remember, losses are part of the war.
So can you give a number of assets we lost? Because there's been a lot of speculation going on. International media writing a lot of things about our platforms, including Rafales. I mean, Pakistan claiming that Rafale has been downed, etc. Can you put that question to rest and clarify on that?
I guess that question is for me. All right. I'm happy that you've asked this question. You know, we are in a combat scenario, and losses are a part of combat.
That's what some wise man said on May 8th. So, objectives, final. India attacked because Pakistan is a terrorism hub, and many terrorist attacks happen in India from Pakistan. So India wanted to teach Pakistan lesson and kill those terrorists. Did that happen? That's the main objective of this Operation Sindoor or Operation Widwah, whatever you call it by Indians. Did you achieve that? If yes, then please tell me, apart from the other 12 incidents, which I'm going to count, which they call terrorism, but by the UN resolutions, Kashmiris are allowed to take arms to get their right of vote. By UN resolutions, it is allowed to them to take arms and resist against the oppressors. So, apart from those 12, I would quote the New Delhi incident, Red Fort, where 19 people got killed by a suicide bomber. So what was that? If your goals were achieved, that you killed all the terrorists in Pakistan via Operation Sindoor, then the Red Fort, New Delhi. What are you going to say about that, apart from the other 12 incidents? Recently, there's one happened in Punjab, the Khalistan part of India. Khalistan, which is a land of six, and six should also get their own country. So, your objectives were not achieved. That's number one. What about Pakistan? We are a defending nation. We always defend. Although there's a slight admission that Pakistan has started 1948 war of Kashmir, 1965 war, Operation Gibraltar, and 1971 the war, actually, Pakistan initiated first, and then India retaliated, and they entered the eastern Pakistan and Bangladesh, which is now Kargil. We started that one. But in the modern century, no, all the wars were started by India, like 2019, Operation Swift Retort, and they called Operation Bandar, Monkey, Operation Monkey. I don't know which is their names. Even our DGSPR was, why are you giving your operations women's name? Although that's very discriminative of him, but yet, Sindoor, Bandar, Monkey. Well, we have Operation Swift Retort and Bunyanun Mersus. So again, that's up to them, whatever name they choose. But the thing is that the objectives with defending nation, and our objective was to defend our borders and do not let India come again into Pakistani territory in any form. For a year, have we stopped them coming in? Yes, we have. They're still talking about Operation Sindoor 2 and 3 and 4. It's only going to happen in Bollywood, but not in the real life. So, objective-wise, Pakistan has achieved at least one objective, and India has not. On top of that, remember Mr. Narendra Modi, उन्होंने हम पर ही हमला कर दिया.
पाकिस्तान ने भारत पर ही हमला करना शुरू कर दिया.
This was funny. What do you think, man? You are bombing our civilians, mosques, worship places. Little children have been killed. Women have been killed. And you think that Pakistan is going to be a sitting duck? Come on, man. You are talking to a nation that has been preparing its military for all these years to shut your mouth up. And we have done that successfully. So, objective-wise, international media, and apart from the proofs given, I think Pakistan has won. IAF Zindabad, Pakistan Zindabad. Allah Hafiz.